me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
This Greenlight Maine finale is being brought to you by Unum, Benefits Solutions to protect what matters most. MTI, the Maine Technology Institute, investing in innovation for a prosperous Maine.
Welcome to the season finale of Greenlight Maine College Competition. We have a great crowd on hand at the University of Maine Orono's Houck Auditorium. This is very exciting because it's our first ever college competition, and you are about to see innovation like you have never seen before. One student will go home with a prize package worth $60,000 to open up shop and create jobs right here in the state of Maine, and that's just what everybody wants. So let's meet the people who have the tough decision tonight. First, we have Kate Rush. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm with Bangor Savings Bank, and I work in the Community Relations and Customer Experience team, and we're just so pleased to take part in this program.
Great, we're happy to have you. Next, we have John Sterling.
Yeah, hi, I'm on the leadership team at Systems Engineering. We provide solutions to growing companies around New England.
Great. And finally, we have Carolyn Brodsky. Welcome.
Thank you. And it's also great to be here. It's fun to see these kids and what they're thinking about. I'm CEO and founder of the Sterling Rope Company. We're located down in Biddeford, and we manufacture, design, and create rope, gear, and systems that help climbers and work professionals safely confront vertical and challenging environments.
Excellent. We're going to talk to you in just a few minutes. But first, it's important to note that these contestants spend a lot of time both on and off camera preparing for their pitches. So we're going to take a look back and see how the season has unfolded. Have a look.
Last November, 10 college students were selected to compete in the inaugural season of the Greenlight Maine College Edition. In 5 televised shows, our expert panel of judges chose the final 3 contestants who are here today to square off against one another to win the final prize.
Our first pitch is Ferda Farms. I'd like to welcome Max and Sam. You guys are going to crush it, so whenever you're ready, go for it.
Hello, we are Ferda Farms LLC, and we're producing some of the most sought-after oysters in the nation. Our oysters filter and clean Maine's oceans, and our unique team is taking a different approach to bring innovation along Maine's coast. Maine's fisheries are dying. As clammers in the summer, we're seeing older shell fishermen and lower yields. We're also seeing many small oyster farms pop up in Maine that are not able to meet the demand for the growing aquaculture industry due to a lack of systemized, efficient processes. Aquaculture as a whole is growing in the U.S. with a $1.5 billion annual revenue, with $216 million coming from oysters alone. Maine's market is growing just as fast with an annual revenue of $6 million. Ferda Farms is capitalizing on this and improving the way oysters are grown in Maine. Starting in 2018, we have come up with a cost-effective and eco-friendly farm that is currently farming 100,000 oysters to be sold in 2019, and we have just purchased 250,000 oysters to start growing this summer. The next leap in Ferda Farms expansion will be cost around $65,000, which should be covered by our first harvest this year. After this, we will get a 5-acre lease and scale up 30% each year for the next 4 years to put us on track to sell $1.2 million worth of oysters after they are all grown. Most of the oysters in Maine are located in the Damascotta region. Ferda Farms is located in the New Meadows River, which gives our oysters a more robust taste. We're also developing a robotic cage flipper and a solar-powered oyster tumbler, which will give our oysters a more deeper cup and be more desirable in market. Selling this equipment to other farms as well will be another revenue stream.
We're also partnering with startup Genuine Standards to pilot their traceability solution to tell the story of our oysters across the country, bringing in the Ferda Farms brand of Maine oysters around the nation. We've already lined up 6 raw bars and 4 wholesalers. The demand for our product far exceeds our ability to sell it. Our team is composed of 2 engineers that attend UMaine, my father, who oystered in the Chesapeake, and an aquaculture and business major at URI. We're supported by an advisory board composed of industry professionals, marine biologists, and institutional partners. We also are partnered with the Maine School of Marine Sciences to help design an oyster growth study for the local high school students to carry out. This will help the industry through research and also give back to the community that fostered our love for working on the water. With the $60,000 from this competition and $5,000 from a Libra Future grant, we will cover the expansion costs of our farm, allowing us to scale up and buy cages and equipment and diversify our crop with hardshell clams, scallops, and kelp. Ferda Farms is setting a shiny example by producing a nutritious and tasty product in Maine. We are making sure Maine's waters are pristine, and we are continuing the tradition of Maine's hardworking economy.
We're going to start off the questions with Kate.
Really fantastic presentation. So it sounds like the distribution is a combination of direct and wholesale. Do you see that long term as the vision, is having a combination of those two channels?
Yep, so we will be selling our prettiest oysters direct, and then the lower grades will go wholesale. And that will be extended throughout the entire life of our company.
John.
What do you see as your biggest competitive advantage versus the other main providers of oysters?
It's our ingenuity with the automation devices we're doing. So they increase our efficiency on the farm, they improve the quality of the product, allowing us to charge a higher price for our oysters, and with doing less work. The machines are doing the work for us.
And Carolyn.
And what do you think the long-term growth is in terms of, you said you were scaling up to 1.2 million?
Yep.
And what do you see it going to there, and what does that translate into jobs?
Yep, so the jobs in the industry will be hiring, we'll have to hire help. And the machines can do a good amount, but we're going to be hiring a lot of local high school students, and also maybe even branching out into hiring more professionals in the marine biology sector, because we're going to need help with that as well.
I really like what you're doing with your engineering degrees to make this more efficient. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, can't go into too much detail about what exactly we're doing to make it efficient. But the standard oyster tumbler involves, once it tumbles and sorts the oysters, you have to sort them by volume. We're having the tumbler do that itself, which will save a large portion of our time on the farm.
Awesome. Well, great job. Great question by our judges. We have to take a quick break, but don't go away because there's more Greenlight Maine coming up next.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development, the Maine DECD, helping businesses and communities prosper.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we know the value of making genuine connections with our customers, providing a memorable experience with every interaction. We are committed to doing the right thing and working as a partner with the people and communities we serve. With convenient mobile and online banking technology, we offer more ways for you to reach out to us. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
Welcome back to the season finale of the Greenlight Maine College competition. Our second contestant is Kinotech, and I'd like to welcome Justin. I don't think any of us were surprised that you made it to the finals. So whenever you're ready, go for it.
Awesome. How's it going? My name's Justin Hafner. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kinotech. We're using virtual reality and motion capture technology to see the way people move and the muscles that they use. Now, this whole idea came about when I was sitting in my sports science class here at the University of Maine, and we're given this piece of paper with 600 muscles on it, all the movements associated with that muscle, and we're asked to memorize it. Now, this can be extremely overwhelming, especially for an undergraduate student. So I always felt there's a better way to learn. We're using wireless tracking technology to see how you move, the muscle that you use, and when you use them. This can be viewed in a virtual reality headset in real time or on a computer screen if you wanted to analyze your own movement. Currently, our competitors are presenting these same concepts, but in a very difficult way, using graphs, data, diagrams, spreadsheets. What we're doing is we're showing an easy visual representation that helps the user actually retain more information. This is scientifically proven. we're going into the educational technology market. This is a $14 billion market. Now, we want a piece of that pie. Through our market research, we've identified 2,200 programs that have a fit for the Kinotech system. If they all were to adopt, this is a $110 million opportunity. Through our customer discovery and stakeholder interviews, we've identified early adopters. From this, we were able to project $5 million in revenue in our first year, with 1.5 reoccurring from our software subscription. Currently, we're validating our technology and completing our minimum viable product. We're constantly validating our market and making sure that we know our customers very well. From now until September 2019 and beyond, we're going to be going through a year-long marketing campaign to help gain traction. From September 2019 until January, we're going to be running through rapid development cycles with our beta testers. By January 2020, we plan to have a launch after that. We have a truly multidisciplinary team pushing this forward. Some of us grew up in the state of Maine, some of us grew up out of the state of Maine. But one thing we have in common is we all love the state of Maine. We all combine over 3 years of experience in our respected fields, combining biomechanics, biomedical engineering, software development, business development, and educational technology. We're here today asking for your support to help us continue our rapid growth. We want to be able to expand our development team and enhance our system. I truly think that Greenlight Maine is a launch pad to all of our milestones, so I'm really grateful to have this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Nice job. Okay, Kate, kick it off for us.
Yeah, thanks so much for a great presentation. Could you share a little bit about the $5 million first year revenues and break that down a little bit for us?
Sure, yeah. So we have a license with Extends Motion Capture, and from that they have a very great IP, and they've already saturated the market essentially with sensors. So we're licensing from them, and the adoption rate on that is pretty high. We know that people find interest in this. It's really usable technology. And with our software subscription and through our customer discovery, we've discovered we have incredibly high margins, and we have a really high adoption rate. We've only gotten positive feedback from everyone we've looked at. So that's how we've came to our $5 million projection.
John.
If the education becomes problematic, I've seen some other similar technology being used more for preventative and in using that to predict problems or to see when there are problems happening. Are there opportunities to pivot into other directions with this technology, or would that require?
Yeah, super happy you asked. So we've identified opportunities within physical therapy, occupational therapy. We've also been talking with the Department of Defense, and we wrote a SBIR with them earlier on this year to help mitigate musculoskeletal injuries. We've determined that we could actually save them millions annually just from our system. And we know in athletics there's a huge issue with body awareness and athlete understanding what's happening to them, when they're going through this training. What we're providing is a system to boost their confidence and enhance their training and performance overall.
Carolyn.
I'm curious, you said there are other competitors out there. Do you have anything that is proprietary or patentable?
Yeah, so we're working on our IP right now. We're actually, our current IP is what we're going to be working on for our future implications. We're going to try to patent something before the technology and whatever the rest of the world is currently. So when it does become an adoptable system, people will already be protected and they'll have to license it from. That's one of our revenue streams. We've also determined we have patent capabilities with our current system as well. I can't really go into what we're going to be patenting exactly, obviously, due to legal issues. But yeah, we do have protection.
And you're looking to set up your business right here in Orono?
Yeah, that's where our job is. What we really want to be doing is build a scalable tech company here in the state of Maine to funnel kids out of the university and kind of give them an opportunity for growth when they graduate.
Awesome, that's what we want, jobs in Maine. Okay, nice job, great questions. We have to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. When we come back, we're gonna have our final contestants.
For almost 25 years, MaineBiz has been providing business news, information, and analysis for business owners and C-level executives in Maine. From Fort Kent to Kittery, MaineBiz serves the decision makers of Maine across multiple channels, including its flagship print digital publication, website, events, daily report, real estate insider, and weekly newsletter. Let MaineBiz help your business succeed. Inform, engage, connect.
At Emera Maine, we know customers rely on us to power their homes and businesses. That's why we're continually working to improve reliability of service and meet our customers' changing needs. Emera Maine wants to help local businesses grow and attract new businesses to northern and eastern Maine. We are deeply invested in our communities because these are our communities too. Emera Maine, bringing power to the people of Maine.
Welcome back to the finale of the Greenlight Maine College Edition. Our final contestant is RentScore, and John and Steve are going to tell us all about how you're changing the housing market. So whenever you're ready, look right at the judges and have fun.
Alrighty. Thank you. So RentScore is the solution to every landlord's worst nightmares, whether that be vacant units or bad tenants. Both of these issues cost landlords time and money. People see rental property as an easy investment. They think you buy a property, fix it up a little bit, find a tenant, and then sit back and collect rent until it's time to sell the property and retire.
But unfortunately, for many landlords, this isn't the case. One landlord we spoke to came home with holes in the wall, trash all over the property. If only she had RentScore, she could have saved thousands of dollars in property damage, legal fees, and missed rent. So, John, what's RentScore? How does it work?
RentScore simplifies the tenant screening process by creating a unique profile for each tenant and a corresponding score related to their rental history over their time renting. It's built on landlord contributions over the time that the tenants are in that property and is based on the things that landlords care about most. This includes prior payment history, eviction history, and property damage. Across the United States each year, about $15 billion is lost to these issues, and with RentScore, we think those could be almost eliminated.
RentScore is a great tool for tenants as well. As any renter knows, completing multiple rental applications can be very time-consuming and frustrating. Our platform can save tenants time and money by saving the rental application to our platform. Think of it as a tenant resume. So how are we going to make money, John?
RentScore is monetized in two ways. The first is a small service fee on rental payments paid through our platform, and the second is a small per unit fee for the landlords.
RentScore is optimized to grow very rapidly. By tapping into pre-existing networks, we're able to do this extremely quickly. As you can tell from our projections, our revenue is directly correlated with our reach. So what are these networks I'm talking about?
Landlord associations across the state of Maine and across the country will be vital for us to grow rapidly. We've already spoken to the top 3 biggest landlord associations in the state of Maine, and we're going to continue to do this to grow our network.
We've worked very hard to truly understand our customers and our market. Currently, we have 130 interested landlords with a combined 4,000 units who are excited about our platform. We have validated our service and have proven the feasibility.
You can think of our competition as property management tools with expensive add-ons, while RentScore is an affordable network that can be scaled across the United States.
We both have business and startup experience and are working with a strong team of advisors to make this a strong, successful Maine business.
Our advisory board is made up of a principal technology officer, University of Maine professors and attorneys, and they're all excited to help us grow.
As Mainers, our goal is to create a new, innovative company to keep recent graduates in Maine, as well as draw new talent to the state as well. We've currently been awarded almost $10,000, and with Greenlight Maine's help, we can launch RentScore across Maine this fall.
We're excited to change the way Mainers think about renting. Thank you for your time. We can answer any of your questions.
Nice job. Sounds like a dream come true for the housing market. Kate.
Excellent, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about the current state of the app? Is it in development or?
Yes, we're currently in product development and we're hoping to be able to launch it this fall.
We spent the 8 months doing customer discovery and funding right now.
John.
It seems like you're going to be gathering lots of interesting data. Have you thought about other ways of productizing some of the data you'll have, assuming you get scale?
Yeah, so that is one of the many things we've thought about for extending the platform, along with listing and helping tenants improve their credit scores. But we realized the data this can collect can be pretty valuable.
Yeah, when you get started with this and you get your apps done, you won't have any, or how do you get the information initially on tenants to go out and present this to landlords?
Yes, so there is information that we can collect. Eviction data is public through courts. But we've realized that landlords want this and find this to be extremely valuable, and they're willing to work with us in the early stages in order to make it the integral system that it could be. Because if you start with it early and then you have other people apply that will eventually be on the platform, you'll have that information already in the database.
We got time for one last question, Kate.
The app will have both mobile and also desktop capability?
We're only planning at the moment to start on a website, but we assume that we would go to mobile at some point. It's just not in the first steps for our platform.
One more question, John.
Yeah, so how big, and like timeframes for development, are you going to have to grow the team much, or do you think you have the right people right now? Or will it take a while to get get software developers to finish?
Yeah, so we have a somewhat team building right now. We've got a principal engineer with a team of students. We're hopefully going to be prototyping this summer. Again, we've spent the last 8 months going to all the landlord association meetings. It's been quite amazing. I think we've had 180 landlords take our survey, and 130 have given us their email, and they're excited about joining this platform. In fact, we were at the Southern Maine Landlord Association last week, and they actually asked, can I sign up for this right now? Fortunately not, but soon, hopefully.
Great questions by our judges, great answers by our contestants, but we need to take a quick break, so don't go away. When we come back, our judges are going to deliberate, and you're going to want to hear what they have to say.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Forevermark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at all Days Jewelers locations in Maine and New Hampshire.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
This year's winner of Greenlight Maine will win this handmade Thomas Mosier beacon box and $100,000. Broadcast facilities are provided by HUSSON University's NESCOM, the New England School of Communication.
Welcome back to the college finale of Greenlight Maine. We are so happy to be here at Houck Auditorium on the University of Maine campus in Orono, and we're going to talk to our judges and hear what they have to say. We've been waiting for this moment. And really 3 stars here. This is a tough decision, but I want to go over what you are judging on. It's scalability, feasibility, the overall quality, innovation, and the ability to stay in Maine is what we all want. So let's kick it off with you, Carolyn, with Ferda Farms, because they went first.
Thank you, Julian. Yeah, I really liked the fact that they had a product and a service that took advantage of Maine's natural resources. And so that'll keep them here. I also like the fact that they had really thought through the environmental and the sustainability aspect of it. And then finally, as a manufacturer myself, I thought there might be some additional areas where we could manufacture the tumblers here. And so there's a lot more things that I thought was really good for the state of Maine. Very creative and
huge
innovative.
area for development with those guys.
Very much so.
Okay, let's move on to Kinotech.
Yeah, I thought the most aspirational, I guess you'd say, of the group, just in terms of vision. There's a lot of opportunity. For me, I got kind of interested in the components of possibly doing some pre-detection, so using it to identify injuries and things like that. So it seems like there's a lot of applications. Certainly seems committed to Maine, and that's exciting as well. So I think they did a great job with the presentation.
Yeah, he wants to open up shop right here in Orono. He needs to raise $500,000, but he's got $50,000 already, so he's well underway.
Yeah, and had the right idea about how much money it's going to cost to really launch. So.
Yeah, he knows his numbers for sure. Okay, Kate, RentScore.
Yeah, so when I heard this presentation, it had this reaction of like, wow, I can't believe this doesn't exist already. Like, I think it is a need and a really great solution that's been in front of our faces for a long time, and it just was an idea that had caught, so that was neat. I also really liked how it was scalable for landlords of all sizes, and in particular might even be well suited or best suited for smaller landlords. Seems like a time saver and a risk reducer, potentially a nice tool for renters and landlords alike.
Absolutely, okay. So where do you see these guys 5 years from now? Hitting the big time, right? Let's do like a quick closing comment for each.
I think these guys will grow, and I think that they'll put, I hope that they'll put Maine on the map for our growing aquaculture.
Excellent, John.
Yeah, the same with the Kinotech team seems to be ready to really go big across the country. So hopefully based here in Maine, but really providing things to universities around the country.
Nice.
And this concept of scoring and matching, you know, two sides of parties that have the same interest, I think has a lot of applicability.
Perfect. Well, thank you all. Some great discussion, and we can't wait to find out who the winner is. And we are going to do just that when we come back after this quick break. So don't go away. You're going to want to hear this.
To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
We're very proud of the product we make and the way that we make it. The most important features of our original dog vest are in its design. Traditional lenders, they steer away from unproven track records.
In you come. Hold up.
CEI gave us the opportunity to build a track record, show that our future path will be more solid than our past.
Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a new business or a great new product? Greenlight Maine is now accepting submissions for Season 5. Gain exposure and take the chance to win $100,000 in cash. Visit our website for more information, greenlightmaine.com.
For more information about the presenters and panelists on all the Greenlight Maine shows, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine College Edition. We are moments away from finding out who the winner is. But first, we would like to thank our sponsors, Maine DECD and Maine Technology Institute. And Brian Whitney is here on hand to present the check for $25,000. Plus, there's other things that go along with this $60,000 prize package. Now, judges, who's it going to be? And the winner is Kinotech. Congratulations to Justin Hafner. You have done an outstanding job, and really they all have. They're all winners here. But we have this beautiful check from Maine Technology Institute. Brian, if you want to say a couple words.
Yeah, congratulations, Kinotech. MTI is so pleased and excited for your new venture. Thank you.
How are you feeling right now, Justin?
This is pretty crazy. I didn't know I'd be here, 6 months ago when I started this whole thing, so it's really cool.
Well, you did an outstanding job, and I know you're going to do great things for Orono, where you want your company to be, so you can create jobs and stay in Maine and just help the economy grow. So fantastic.
Yeah, this is truly a dream come true. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Good for you. Well, we would like to thank our audience for being here today, all of our sponsors, our judges who have done an outstanding job, and just everybody in the business community that has helped Greenlight Maine along the way. We're moving forward together, so we're just so happy to be part of this great show. So anyway, please tune in next time where we have the regular season finale of Greenlight Maine and find out who the winner is. Have a fantastic Sunday. Yeah.
This Greenlight Maine finale has been brought to you by MTI, the Maine Technology Institute, investing in innovation for a prosperous Maine. Unum, benefits solutions to protect what matters most. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.